Okay.
Oh.
Wait.
Hey, James, you want to redo all that shit that we just did?
So
Wait, really?
apparently, yeah, I hit the recording button, which is almost exactly like streaming, but not streaming
Well,
because it doesn't send it out to the internet.
well, okay. Well, let's say, hey, everybody, welcome to Dudes and Dwarves. My name is Dude, and he's the dwarf, and we get action. Let's start this off
was that
again
a
because
terrible
Adam has
test
already
run?
fucked up once. Oh my god. Let's jump over to Corey. Corey, say the same thing as last time.
All right. Adam and I went on a vacation to Maryland. It was fun. We did a lot of drinking. Let's pass it on.
All right, Adam, tell me something about you.
I'm an asshole.
Cameron, no one. Okay, we go to Cameron because no one cares about Adam. Cameron.
I've been here. I put in a light.
It's gonna be shorter than last time.
Yeah.
I couldn't put in a light, so I just got a whole new place to live.
Yeah, Kaner now has children. Spoiler alert. We're just gonna TLDR that part.
All right. So for all the for our many viewers out there, last week we saw the death of Sonny. Blah blah blah. We already covered all this stuff. We've made our way back to Bizdale. It took a 2-day journey, like it took a 2-day journey to get to where we lost Sonny at. The group was also betrayed by someone that they thought was there. It was friendly.
Was
Obviously wasn't.
decent, friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He acted friendly and stuff.
He was Sonny's friend. We wanted to help him out, and turns out that was a horrible choice. But you know.
Yep. So, group has made it back to the inn. I assume at this point in time we are going to do a burial.
Yeah, I want to.
Okay.
Somewhere that wants to.
So, are we... This is going to be an awkward question, but are we just going to have this burial here at the inn? Are we just going to bury this body here? Are we going to actually bury him at like a cemetery?
That's a great question, actually.
I mean, I think we should bury him in a cemetery and not
Okay.
out
Are
back.
we having this? Are we actually having this discussion?
Are we going
in character? Are we going
I mean,
to have this
okay.
discussion?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
let's.
go ahead.
Let's.
In character. Boom.
Uh,
So you guys have made it back to the inn. I'm assuming that the body of Sonny is placed on this cart back here. So, take it away, fellas.
so.
Well, he certainly needs a blessing. He certainly needs a blessing after dying the way he did. I mean, I hate to see that.
The question is, where should we bury him? I don't think it's fair to him to bury him behind the inn. Not with the Jean brothers.
Did he have any family? Do we know where he came from? Do we know anything about him, frankly?
I could maybe go to town and I don't know, put up something, see if anyone
Ask
wants
around,
to.
see if he had family there or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I find we mostly talked of stories and his taste in music. I rarely spoke to him on other matters.
Well, if it has to be now, it has to be now, right?
All right. So, Ashfield, you go into town and whatnot to find any family. How are you going to go about this?
Let's see. I don't think Sonny was from Bizdale, was he?
I don't.
These things were never really discussed on where he was from.
All right. So like I would just put down viewing of like Sonny Killix to be like of this day that we talked about, which would I guess tomorrow maybe give people enough time to like realize or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just put up like a few notices about the town. So.
Okay. Since I was lazy and I really didn't get together anything like a cemetery or something together
It's fine. We don't need it.
do something to a screen. The following day, I'm assuming that everybody just takes the day to kind of take it easy and whatnot. Following day, you guys go to one of the local cemeteries, have Sonny laid the rest. There are a few people that show up, possibly a few people that might have seen Sonny once in a while. I'm not exactly for sure what that guy is called.
What guy is who?
The goat guy that played with Sonny.
Ooh,
I don't know if we ever gave him a name.
Yeah, I didn't think we did. He shows up as well to play a tune and everything. Play like a somber tune and whatnot for the passing of Sonny and everything. One thing to note is that a guardsman approaches you all once the funeral has kind of been finished up and commenced and everything. And he approaches you and go ahead.
I would say real quick before he does that, I wanted to have a real quick, just super quick talk with the other dwarves.
Okay.
I held on to Sonny's loot. If it is okay with you all, I'd like to hang it above one of the mantles.
I don't see a problem with that.
That would be good.
Okay.
I think it'll be appropriate.
While you all are gathered in your circle discussing with each other, and after Sonny has been laid to rest, a guardsman approaches you and says, I'm sorry about your loss. I saw the post in town, and I figured I'd come out here. We actually were looking for Sonny. A few days ago, we had found the body of his friend, of one of his friends in town that he had played with many times.
Oh.
The friend of Kragan Underfoe. So we looked for him just to basically inform him of Kragan's passing, but it looks like he may have passed as well. Again, we're sorry about your loss.
Well,
Funny story. But no, have you all had problems with vampiric lords in the past?
that's the best outright question ever.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit thrown off by your question.
Well, what I'm saying is that the two deaths are linked.
Well, the death of Kragan was a bit odd. It appeared to be violently killed, but it's not something that we would have ever thought of. We just assumed that it was some sort of violent murder, maybe a burglary gone wrong. The place was thrashed about a bit, but nothing seemed to be missing. There was actually gold, like a small little gold pouch that was there, but we just assumed it was some sort of robbery that had went wrong.
Well, if they want me to retell the tale, I will. But in short, I'm just going to explain that, like, basically a vampire pretended to be Sonny's friend, misled Sonny into a journey to basically get one of his wives to arise from the dead, and he is now missing. And currently, we're trying to do a manhunt, or some of us are doing a manhunt on said vampire.
And they should up their guard, because we heard that he was coming this way.
We definitely will, and we'll keep an eye out for any missing people of sorts, and we will get back to you with anything. We have yet to actually hear of anything. No missing persons has been reported to us. But if he was with you, that means he probably has just gotten back into town.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably took him about the same amount of time, I would assume, to get back into town.
Actually, he's a lot faster than us, so he could have been here a day or so ago.
I see. Well, we will.
Oh,
We'll put out some flyers and
it's not just
have anyone.
It's not,
Excuse me.
yeah, it's not just him. I don't know if we explained that or not, but it's not just
Oh
him.
yes, you did mention
Okay.
that he had a female companion with him as well. We will put out flyers and ask for anyone that has had any missing family members or any other missing people that they know of to come forward and talk to us about it. That way we can try and figure out what might be going on. Do you know by chance what he looked like? Or do you know of anything about him?
He had a lot of naked women around him.
Very charismatic.
He was
We can all be-
sort of a tall, gangly, pale fellow, dressed all in black, cape, hat, eyes that seemed to burn with the deepest fires of hell. Terrible, terrible eyes. And he had stolen a flute that breathed fire, which, if he happens to play that, is a pretty good indicator that you should run. In other news, did I hear that the other guy that was killed was a musician? Out of character question.
Well, I think you knew that from last adventure, because
No, the other guy that they were just talking about being.
Yeah, it's Sonny's friend.
It's the
Sonny's
guy
friend,
he took
Kraken.
his spot. Remember, he showed up as the dwarf.
Did Sony have any other band mates?
You might let us know if you hear of anyone else that was associated with their bands or anyone else in town playing music who turns up missing. Perhaps there's, I don't know, some sort of a terrible motive involved.
Okay. So he was some sort of musician. All right.
Are you writing this all down? I feel like this is a lot. This is a lot for us to just be telling you.
Well,
I'm not trying to insult your intelligence at all. I'm just saying this is a lot, even for someone who was expecting information like this.
Well, I wasn't expecting any information like this. I just merely showed up to the funeral because I knew that we were looking for Sonny to tell him about the passing of one of his friends. So
I have to
I
run
did not
downstairs.
expect
I'll
to
be right
receive
back.
any sort of information while I was here, or I would have probably brought something to write this all down with.
It's fine. To be honest, the things you should take away from this are that this person is extremely dangerous. I mean, we're not inexperienced adventurers, and we barely touched him. And something else to bring to light, while we gave you what he looks like, he's also able to change his appearance because he actually came to us as Kragan.
Ah, that explains why you all were so willing to help him. I was a little confused at first because, so he's a vampire dwarf then. But he said the other fellow said that he was tall.
No, he was
he
not.
took on the form of a dwarf.
Yes.
Ah, well then, if he can change himself that much, then he will be a hard foe to track.
But I would, when you go back to your superiors or whatever, I would definitely stress that he is quite dangerous. We wouldn't want anybody else to be hurt just because of underestimation.
Oh, all right. I will go back with this information, and then if I get any information myself, I will come to you all. Where can I find you?
I mean, if we're not out looking for him, or we haven't even decided what we're going to do yet, we will probably be here. We will probably be at the Ale Bear outside town.
Oh, that newish inn that opened not too long ago.
Yes, yeah,
Well-
we're the proprietors.
Oh, okay. Well, then it should be easy to find you then if I need to. And with that, if no one has any more information for him,
I give him the names that no one else has. It's Mephistus and Elizabetha.
thank you.
Yes.
Geese.
All right. So, with that, he wanders off. I do. Yep. With that, he wanders off, goes away, and heads back into town from the cemetery.
When we get back, Selmore's gonna kind of, what am I trying to say? He's gonna kind of go off on his own for a little bit.
All right. So you guys go back to the inn. It's a smaller crowd than what you normally have had as of late. And Heckard Kane would have went with you, and Dieter as well, for the funeral. June probably wouldn't have, unless asked. And same way with the other people there. The others would have just stayed at the inn. So when you guys get back to the inn, like I said, much smaller group than what you all are used to seeing there, probably for the best, just because you might not want to be dealing with people at this moment. When you guys come in, Jesus and Jesus, I'm going to change his name. Darn you, Gator. Jesus and Bleeder ask if there's anything that they can get for you. And Melody's also there behind the bar. She's helping out with with whatever Jesus and Bleeder are needing to get.
I'm fine right now, thank you.
We're all good, I bet. Turn the lights off.
Turn it back out now. 2 hops this time.
What?
All right, I'm back.
Hooray!
All right. So, Jesus and Bleeder and Melody have asked you guys if there's anything that you all need.
Obviously, I forgot to say this, or any of us. When we get back, I gather up the staff and make an announcement that Sonny has died.
At this point, pretty much everyone knew. You gather up the ones that might not have known.
True.
'Cause
I
it
guess we
wasn't
would have
May.
told them before the funeral. That would make sense.
You know, we just could have told like a day off and had them come to the funeral. And
Yeah. Well, that's why. I
No,
said
we told them after the funeral so they couldn't come because they should be working, those fuckers.
Well, you presented the option to everybody, but some of them decided that they would rather not. That they would rather not go to the funeral for whatever personal reasons they might have had. They decided to stay there.
It's fine.
Yep. So everybody goes into the inn, whatnot. You guys are kind of given your space if you want it or anything.
So Fargrim is going to basically go down to the basement, the cavern area,
Okay.
and that's just kind of where he's hiding out. He's going to take Manic, the little librarian,
Okay.
and start asking him all kinds of random-ass questions about vampires and vampire lore and flaming flutes and so on, and see if anything at all comes out of him.
You get some answers, some things. When you ask about the flaming flute, you don't really get anything out of that. He just basically writes with his hand, unknown, the stuff like that. When you do talk about vampires, he does. It takes like a lot of writing and whatnot, but he does talk about like there are different types of vampires. When you ask him how many, he just writes several. When trying to get information about them, like what kind of questions are you asking? I need to know what questions you're asking.
Myths about vampires locked in chains, spells that can hold vampires, ways to kill them, weaknesses. Do what?
Baron
Just
has
hit
wandered
input.
off into the woods at this point.
Input to HDMI 1.
When
And
you
if
ask,
you're wandering around naked, they can see the bathroom. You want me to tell me if I need to mute?
And then there's a spike of viewers. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dudes
What,
and
baby?
Dwarves.
Hello.
all right. When you ask weaknesses, he writes light. When you ask like spells to like ways to hold a vampire or whatnot, he writes chains, rope, pretty much any way that you can hold a human, you can hold a vampire.
That sounds like a load of horse shit if they can tell.
You can hold a human, you can hold a vampire.
Vampire.
I'm going to practice
Maybe we
throwing
can't do very
wrenches.
often.
So he just kind of
Gonna
writes
throw wrenches.
things like that. If you ask like, I'm trying to think of things.
Weaknesses, things that keep vampires away.
Like he said, he just writes light.
Ways to guard against vampire entrance into your inn.
Locks.
Locks.
Doors.
Okay, he does write runes.
Which runes?
Hmm.
Is he gonna
Magic.
give me the runes? No. All right. So I'm going to use Arcana to figure out how to destroy him. 20.
Seeing as how he is probably an incredibly complicated machine held together by magic and all kinds of stuff, no.
You could just beat
You
him with a
can't
hammer.
destroy
I was just going to like hammer out one of his gears because if he's that complicated, one gear should shut the whole thing down.
Um,
All right. I'll just be hanging out in the basement,
yeah.
building a fort out of pillows to protect me.
I'll send you something, Kane. Are you still on Skype?
Yes,
All right. I'll send you something in a minute.
I like to think so. Oh, I am on Skype.
All right. I'll send you something in a minute. What's everybody else doing?
Baron goes out into the woods and starts to gather up appropriate-sized logs and then starts to carve stakes.
Why does Baron know that's how you kill vampires?
Because that's what they do in the storybooks.
Oh, that's fair.
Very true. You could make you could basically just make a knowledge. No one has made any sort of knowledge checks to just try and know stuff about vampires.
Somebody did because we made a knowledge
Here.
check to see.
Here's a knowledge religion. 18.
All right.
Also, Quigley made one last week.
That's where I was getting at.
He rolled. If I remember correctly, I think he rolled poorly.
I think he rolled
For that
enough
check.
to know that it was a vampire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was bad if I remember correctly. I'm gonna actually roll for quick again.
Yeah, I don't know anything about vampires, other than what I found out the other day.
Yeah, Quigley doesn't. Thoradin doesn't know a whole lot more than what he knew the other day about vampires, other than that you guys did fight a vampire.
Eckerd King. Eckerd King.
Well, go ask him.
Sorry, I'm in the basement. I did my thing.
Sorry, I'm upstairs alone.
Sorry, I'm off in the woods.
All right,
All right, well,
it's
after
you,
I get bored,
Corey.
I'm going to go upstairs and go, hey, Heckard, what do you know about vampires? And then I'm going to tell him the whole story, and I'm going to be like, what do you know about these things?
Okay, I guess Kane's gonna take it.
So, from Heckard Kane, who you probably should have asked first instead of asking a machine that fucking just writes in the air one word at a time.
Whatever. No, you got some use out of him.
I know. It's just funny. Quite. Vampires. There's many things about vampires. There are many different types as well. Some that have lived long enough have even acquired abilities to be able to walk out in sunlight. However, others cannot and seek the need from other magical ways. I have heard of quite a few different vampires that carry rings on them that allow them to walk in the sun without harm from it. However, they are still harmed quite effectively by a priest in the magic that they call upon.
Vampire
What do you know
Diaries.
about flaming flutes? You know, the kind of thing you put your lips on and it leaves you burning. I mean,
Oh, that sounds incredible. What was this flute made of?
Not fruit. Oh, I'm not there. Fuck. Sorry.
flute.
Sorry.
I said flute.
Was it wooden? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was wood.
Yeah.
Maybe I showed a picture of it.
It was a big piece of wood, intricately carved, that blew flame from its holes.
Just in case no one saw it last week, that is the flute. Everybody should be seeing it now.
Serrated edges along the sides. It was very strange.
There are many magical instruments that I have heard of. The one that you mentioned, I've not exactly heard of it, but there are ones that can do just about anything. Charm people.
That was one thing.
Well, sorry, I was distracted I thought I saw someone come in. So anyways, there are ones that can charm people, there are ones that can open doors or locks, there are ones that emit loud noises that cause the listener to be unable to act. Without seeing it, I would only have to venture guesses.
Wonderful. Heckard, can you do any magic to track such a thing? If I were to know exactly what it looked like in my mind's eye.
I assume that there are different rituals that could be used to scry upon such an object, but difficult without knowing where the object is or having held the object in my own hand at one point in time. But we could definitely give it a try.
Let's try it then. Yes. Unless you break this old man's legs. I mean,
I will need some time to prepare, but give me an hour or so and we can attempt it.
thank you so much, Heckard. I'm gonna go get drunk.
Oh no! Oh no! I clicked a button. Oh God! Okay, everything's fine.
So, everything goes on. Life goes on.
Life goes on, and so do
Quigley's
we.
Quigley.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane. Two
Really?
American kids.
Oh,
Really quickly.
we had a
Clearly.
I know we're streaming. Hello, everyone. I'm Quigley. I play Thoradin, the cleric. But I just want to point out that instead of posting the Google Hangout, Adam sent me, "You want to see my pecker?"
Yeah, so that was apparently the last thing I pasted. So
Watch that
You have to
later.
watch it first.
yeah, you totally have to
Yeah.
watch that after we're done because it's hilarious.
Sorry it took me so long to get here.
It's okay. It ain't nothing but a thing.
Okay.
Quigley. Also, give me a knowledge history check because I was about to roll that for your character.
Hold up.
20 plus
Give me-
9 because I'm looking at your character sheet right now.
Okay, give me un momento here.
Uno momento.
Damn it. Why do you have to be such a pain? Roll 20.
All right, someone's gonna come downstairs.
All right. You do anything?
I go to the bar and I get a beer. A few beers.
Oh, lovely. I hadn't had anyone to drink with all day.
Little ditty.
Have a drink with
Jack
me, would you?
Ryan.
I will, Fargrim. After I grab the drink, I say,
Oh!
I go to cheers you, I say, to Sunny.
I just rolled a 19. And I
All
can't
right.
hear anyone.
In a second, I will tell you what that is because I'm finishing typing something to Kaner, and you guys just continue role playing, doing whatever you're doing.
To Sunny.
Alright, I lost you guys there for a moment.
Best we ever had at the music. Fine fella.
I'm going to proceed to keep drinking.
Every day I'm drinking.
Baron comes back with a armful of appropriately sized branches that he starts to trim into steaks.
What are you making there? Tent poles?
No. This is what they say, you know? Put one in the heart. You put it in the heart, the beasts of the night die in the night.
Those are dildos?
Wait, wait. You put it in your heart, and then when they try to bite you, they die?
No, you put it in their heart, and it's not a dildo. A dildo, I think this would be very uncomfortable.
Well, yeah. Why would anybody use this anyways?
We all know about your collection.
No. That sounded really not true, but it's totally not true.
You're really selling it.
I know. I'm the beer.
This is the way that I imagined Sony would want us to continue on. You assholes mistaking wooden sticks for dildos.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Are you really, though?
I am. I am very sorry. Sonny was a good friend.
I need it.
Before this, I thought we were invincible. None of us, I mean, we've had our scrapes, but none of us had been really hurt, or none of us had ever, died.
But as we're all living, yes, you are correct.
But Sony was there with me when I was hanging naked and being bitten or beaten within an inch of my life.
You've bitten.
I've been drinking, I'm sorry.
So Fargrim has gotten very serious, like right after that comment about us being invincible, and is like packing his pipe and starting to smoke his pipe and just sitting there like completely quiet.
Baron carefully lays out 2, 3, 4 steaks.
Quig, are you wrestling your computer?
I'm putting away my DVDs.
For fuck's sake.
Let's have
I'm
a quick
almost done.
session of what's in Quig's room. Quig, what's in your room?
In today's episode of What's in Quig's Room, let me turn my camera on real quick. Just as a quick interlude, everyone. Let me make sure I got the right year, because I
Alright.
don't want to mess this up. The
Is that your screaming pillow?
1987 G.I. Joe cartoon movie on DVD.
Awesome. All right, so Heckard Kane, after, and I will just send this to you, Kaner, because I've already typed it up and whatnot. But Fagram, I've made preparations, and if you wish, we can start the process of seeing if we might be able to scry upon this item that you have found, or at least that is you can see in your mind's eye.
Let us do that. That thing that you suggest. It sounds like the thing that we should do. And Fargrim smokes a little more of his pipe, and he goes over and he sits down and he goes, "I'm ready when you are. I've got nothing in my mind but a big wooden flute of terribleness and fear."
All right. Does anyone else care to join us?
Of course.
Go over and sit down.
Yeah, let's all sit down.
I walk over, but I'm holding a beer in both hands.
Not here. Not here. There's too many distractions. Let's head downstairs. And
I
you all-
grab, if we're going downstairs, I grab two more and put them like in my arms.
You realize, like, the brewing supplies are down there somewhere, so you could just get it fresh out of the barrel.
I don't care at this point.
actually,
I've
the
already
brewing
been drinking a lot.
The
Oh
brewing
yeah.
supplies has been moved. We have a brewery.
Oh.
We have an actual brewery. I don't think you were here for that,
No.
which I will go over to that and show you in a minute. Since you weren't
That's fine. I believe you.
here. It was one of Hillman's very few good ideas. All right, so
You mean his
all
only good idea?
you all get down there. When you guys are going down there, Heckard Kane continues talking. I thought a little bit more about what you said about vampires. I recall knowing that the oldest of them don't have to sleep normally. However, even the strongest are weaker during direct. Sorry, the fumes of your beer are affecting me.
Does he
even
not
the
drink?
strongest are weaker in direct sunlight. Even if they are wearing one of those rings I told you about. Also, if they have not fed for a while, they are much weaker and easier to combat.
I just realized something. When that bastard was Kragan, were we ever in the sunlight? I can't remember.
No. Yes, we walked there in the sunlight, I believe.
Yeah, but we
So,
put him in a tomb.
so he either is really old or he has one of those
A daywalker.
jewelry thingies.
Night
One of those
Stalker.
rings. Selmore starts drinking again.
That sounds like a very likely possibility. Anyways, gather round.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question. Have you ever seen The Dark Knight Rises?
Okay.
Is that a book?
Sorry. I should have said out of character.
Good night.
All right. So you guys get down there and everything, and I wish. Oh, I'm just gonna roll a d20 for this.
Why is it 20 minutes?
Good night.
Hold on, voice like this.
Was he?
So you guys get downstairs and everything. It's much quieter down here. Heckard Kane's able to focus, and he seems to be doing Very good job. He's in a trance. Him and Fargrim are actually fairly close to each other. He seems to be focusing on Fargrim and whatever he's doing. I see your flute, but I do not know exactly where it is.
All right. Let's just get it out there. Flute could be a euphemism for a dick. All right, are you happy now? Is that what you wanted? Okay, that's funny. Great. All right, Cam, please go on.
I muted Quig. I see your flute, but it is. Stop laughing!
Well, now it's just funny.
It is not in Bizdale.
I'm just kidding.
It is not in Bizdale, but close. Possibly on the outskirts of the town.
Like,
I just see it in a room, but I'm not for sure where.
it's just sitting on the table next to us.
Oh, there he is.
Can you could you perhaps give us a cardinal direction from here or anything of the sort?
Did any of us other than Sonny touch it?
Giggity.
No.
No? Oh,
No,
all right,
no
never
one
mind.
actually, no one else actually touched the flute.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Northish, maybe. It's hard to tell. North of Bizdale. Yeah, it would be much easier if I had actually had the implement at some point in time.
Can you? Excuse me. Can you? What about?
If we were to get you Sonny's loot, could you connect his energy with the loot, and then connect that with the flute that he once held?
Or what if a weapon could? What if we tried to divination thing with the
How much have you
vampire?
had to drink?
Like 2? No, a lot. Anyways, if we did that, could we maybe do this divination thing on the vampire? Because we have weapons here that hit him.
Quite possibly that might be a possibility.
Hit him with no effect. Ugh. Farley kind of wanders towards the back.
Did we not hurt? I guess he has blood. I mean, Ashford, you hit him, right?
I hit his woman.
Here. Let me,
Take this, you dumb.
Ashfield. Let me see your weapon. Perhaps maybe.
I blew my entire load over him and his woman and did almost nothing. They seemed barely affected by having my hot load on them.
That's not good. No.
Maybe your hot load is sterile. Here's my war.
He holds your warhammer. Let me. Corey, give me a chance die and say high or low.
Gonna go with a high roll. Nope.
I was hoping that there'd be some blood or something left on this, but it must have already been cleaned off or something. Did any of you others hit one of them with a weapon of some sort?
I can't remember if I ever hit him.
I hold out my axe. Both of them.
So, same thing. High or low, James? Give me a chance roll.
Is it per axe?
It turns out that James never cleans his axes anyway, so...
Sure, James. 2 axes.
Okay, hi. Hi. No. No.
Jesus Christ.
All three of those were 2s. All of them. Should just guess 2.
Yeah. Did you, you it must have rained on you or something.
I'm sorry, but I just cleaned my weapons. It's the Yakuza way.
Jesus Christ. Yakuza!
Why not go get Sonny's loot for me, and I can attempt to use that. And one of you goes and gets that and brings it back to him. Well, this does help a little bit. It is definitely north of Bisdale. Not that far out of town, but I have no idea exactly where. I just know north.
Well, we could try and find him. But I don't... Are we ready? We're not ready, right? We're not ready. Maybe we just find out where he is so we can get ready?
If you went, I would definitely recommend not going during the night.
But if it's a day's travel, then we want to travel during the night to get there at the day.
No, I did not say it was a day's travel. It's right outside of Bisdale, just in the north.
I thought you said it was just north of this. Fair enough.
Nothing? We haven't watched anything scary?
Well, perhaps we should sleep on it and make a decision in the morning.
Let's do that.
Alrighty. So, move the players. By this time, everything. He had the funeral in the morning. Did a little bit of evening drinking. Went down and did this scrying and everything. So by now it is starting to get a little bit later on.
I'm gonna go hard on the drink, even harder than I was before.
Alright. So
Very
hard
nice.
on the drink. Everyone's going hard on the drink?
I no longer speak anything but Dwarvish.
Noted.
When you try to order drinks from Jesus and Bleeder, they're very confused.
I just point, just wave them to me. That's
Haggard Kane does some translating for you in the Dwarvish that he knows. You want that one over there, the green bottle.
well, James died or fell asleep. I don't really know what happened.
Just hear shuffling of papers and stuff.
Nope.
Sorry. Let me mute myself then.
Um,
I'm drinking a lot.
Alright. Unless someone says otherwise, I'm assuming lots of drinking's happening.
James is back.
I'm going to drink, but I'm not going to excessively indulge.
Alright. James. You're back.
Sorry about that. I had a weird thing. I'll definitely have a drink for sure.
Alright. So, excessive drinking from everybody but 2 in the party. So, night winds down. Eventually, Fargrim and Thoradin and Selmore are obliterated, unable to partially stand, and are dragged up to their rooms.
Fuck.
Everyone,
If you guys
Huh?
want to drag me up to your room, feel free. I will Normally, Selmore's very particular about like keeping clean and
Who drags him up to his room?
well, just in
Preferably
general.
men.
No. Anyways, he's very particular about things, and I don't think since we've been playing he's gotten like hammered, like he's gotten drunk. But hammered, this is like the first time in a long time you guys have seen him like crushed.
Smash.
All right. So, eventually, Selmore, Thornton, and Fargrim are taken up to their rooms or out of the way or whatnot. Astrid and Bairn, what are you two doing?
I'd probably slow drink early tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite sure what to think about the whole situation yet.
All right. Melody continues helping Bleeder and Jesus with the few patrons that you guys actually have tonight. It's like 1 in the morning at this point, midnight, 1 in the morning.
I'm going to dismiss him. Jesus, Bleeder, and Melody. So you all can go to bed.
All right. So with that, Jesus, Bleeder, and Melody leave. Heading up to their respected rooms. Yeah. Jesus, Bleeder, and Melody go up to their respected rooms. At that moment, kind of goes by a little bit longer. Joe is a machine. He's your cook now. If everybody forgot about him, he's easily forgettable because he has no special qualities. He just continues just to toil back in the kitchen. It's amazing. At like 2 in the morning, there's a crash from upstairs. So I actually need perception rolls from everybody.
What about the drunkies?
I need perception rolls from you, but you guys got massive minuses.
What's my minus?
Just assume it's big.
One of them fall out of bed.
Well, I don't know anything that's happening.
Yep, you were sound asleep.
Well, I got 23 on my perception check.
Yep, I was kind of waiting for everybody else, but we'll see.
I apologize. Go ahead.
I need a perception roll from you, sir.
From me. 22. Natural 20.
Oh, you are actually going to wake up from this, which is impressive in your current state.
Yeah, fuck are you. That's why.
You wanna fuck on me?
Need to know Adams.
Maybe taking a quick bathroom break, thinking that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Having kids is something.
Something terrible.
Yeah, you just got to get used to it. We have moments. I came second place in our marbles tournament we had today. You shut up. I'm proud of that second place.
No, I was thinking about something. Because
Working without tools.
the layout where everybody's at right now.
So anyway, while we have this cool interlude, How is everyone?
Well, we have this cool interlude and everything. Wiener, this is the brewery.
Oh, cool. Oh, I love the giant barrels. That's awesome.
Yep. You can't really see it because. But
So
there's
are the
like
wine racks where we're storing the Fey wine they're sending us?
I assumed that's where we would be storing it. We have this
I love it.
thing of stuff to make, and then we've got these stairs over here that go up to basically a scaffolding that goes around the top where you
that's
can get to
fantastic.
like corks and stuff that are in the top of the giant barrels.
I really like the map you found. That's a really good map. Cool.
Good job, Cameron.
And then these like smaller barrels would be the ones that we're using to ship out to the Davis Brewery and stuff like that.
The Davies,
Or
McDaverton.
Davies, whatever the hell he is. But yep, that's basically what we're using as our actual brewery now. That way we can, if we want to, we can eventually use the bottom part of our inn as kind of an area for other activities if we wanted to.
Illicit activities?
Possibly.
By the way, I can make magic items now and transfer enchantments. And it's not expensive.
What does transfer enchantments mean?
Like, let's say you had a +1 axe of lightning or something, and you wanted to make a +2 axe of lightning, and you had another +1 axe, I can slap that +1 onto your +1 and make a +2.
Oh, nice.
Or I can take the lightning and add it onto something else.
Gotcha.
But
That's
once I do so, it destroys the original object. So
Oh, that's cool. All right. So, Adam, I need a perception roll from you.
Sorry. 20
Get it
plus-
together, Adam.
Yeah, sorry. 4. 11.
All right. So you're not gonna wake up at all. But from upstairs, there's this loud crash noise, and move everybody over to that.
Baron moves to investigate.
Yep. So I
I
assume
continue to sleep.
Yep. So Selmore and
so
Thornton,
Fargrim
do not
will-
wake.
Fargrim will take the time to gather his normal inventory before going to check because he's very worried about dying to vampires.
Yep. So you guys go.
I really wanted him to get a chance to say the line, "Look, you know how you stay alive in the Feywild? You don't fuck with anything bigger than you, and those are bigger than me."
So we go upstairs. Kaner,
Did you change the map?
I did. Did it not change for everybody?
You did not
Change
change it.
for me.
Oh, did it?
I'm looking at upstairs. The middle of the downstairs is always kind of blurred out on the upstairs map.
No, mine's
Yep.
still the same. So, oh, wait. Hold on. I know what's
So
happening.
By the way,
so-
just in case anyone's worried about my health,
Where am I? There.
I'm aware this is bad for me, and it's non-nicotine, so at least there's that.
So the biggest question that I have is for Fargrim, is that Fargrim's room over there? Because that was the room that you were placed in when I just went to this upstairs, and you were laying on that bed. So I
Yeah.
assume that was
Yeah.
your room.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the one with the bookcase. He's always been either in that one or this one, and I figured one of you probably wanted that one because it was bigger.
So you hear the loud crash. The problem is, you know that it has come from the other side of the inn, which does not have an easily accessible path from where you are to over there. You would have to go downstairs and all that stuff to
Right.
get over there.
Sure.
So I'm just letting you know that.
Uh-huh. So once I
Alright.
get my equipment, I'm going to go outside and try to look at what's going on from the outside.
Okay. Can you easily get to the outside? Oh, you can get
Yes,
to the
I can
outside
go
of
right down
downstairs.
I can go right down the stairs that are beside me and out the back of the kitchen.
All right. So, okay, I've got it. All right. So, Ashford and Baron, you
Seriously
hear
gonna come do this instead of going to
crash
bed?
and everything. You make it upstairs.
Yep, I'm not wearing my armor. I'm just charging.
All right. So you technically, unless you guys told me, you did not go to bed yet. So you guys were still downstairs, just drinking.
Yeah.
Slow
My
drinking.
point's
Well, I'm going to assume that like somebody just fell out of the bed, so like I'm just going to go to the rooms that I know like we put people to sleep and then just open them to see if they're still in there or whatnot.
Yep.
Yep.
So you open the first door. You see Thoradin. He is sound asleep on the bed, snoring. By the time you get to there, you hear a loud scream from way over on the other side.
Quig, you're muted, by the way. Just FYI. A lot of background
Yeah,
noise.
you're trying to talk, buddy.
I guess I start running towards the direction of the stream.
All right, so you start
Oh, yeah.
running there. All right, initiative tracker. I need that real fast. This basically just kind of counts as you all getting a surprise turn to run.
A 12 for my initiative.
All right.
Kaner, you muted.
Do you want one from me, even though I'm outside?
Well, go ahead and roll one because you technically you would have made your way downstairs, but you're still like standing in the kitchen.
Gotcha.
All right, so 10, 15.
I think from now on, whenever someone walks away, I think we should make it a habit of muting them, just so there's not background noise, or if you want to mute yourself or something. I don't want to offend anybody that way. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it just makes sense.
I'm offended.
That guy's run
I
was
know.
over.
Sorry.
Just makes sense. All right. So, you guys make it to there and everything. Let me do a roll. What? Ooh, damn. All right. So you hear some more crashing and stuff going on from this room that's in the corner.
No need from me, right? 'Cause I'm
Next.
asleep.
Next turn. Yeah, you're done. You're asleep.
Okay.
Hey guys, if I go dark for a little while, it's because I'm having bad internet problems. So
That's
it's
fine.
really slow right now.
That's fine. So, Ashfjord, your turn.
I continue running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I figure out which room exactly it was coming from?
You know it's coming from this corner because there's lots of screaming and things going on in this corner.
Okay. Do I know it's Melody's room, right?
Yeah, you would know that it's Melody's
All right,
room.
so I just start banging on the door and just say, "Are you all right?"
At this point, there are now muffled screams and more crashing.
All right. I try to open the
I'm here.
door to see if it's unlocked first.
The door is locked.
Okay. I'll try to do a quick thievery check.
All right.
16.
Yep, that would unlock it.
Okay.
When you open the door, you see this woman who has Melody in her arms and is now carrying Melody out the window.
I really like that picture.
She
What, honey?
looks slightly like familiar to you, but last time you saw her, she may have looked like she was
Really pale.
really, really like pale and yeah, all
Yeah,
kinds of
okay.
nastiness.
Fair enough.
You, by process of elimination, you can assume that this is Elizabetha.
Elizabetha. A weird name.
You're weird.
I can't. I don't think I could do anything else.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't. So, Fargrim, it is your turn. You are in the kitchen. I assume that you are going outside. Correct?
I think that's what his plan was. He was going to go outside
Yeah.
and see if he could look from outside.
Yep. Alright. I've got that set up. Alright. It is now Baron's turn.
But you,
All right, so let's see. I mean, I'm just running up after Asteroid at this point. 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4, 5. Yeah, I stopped right behind him. I have my weapons out.
Alright. At this point, she is much stronger than Melody is, who has given up somewhat of a fight, but has been basically useless in trying to fight her off. And they have now made their way to the window and are now jumping out. She does look over her shoulder at you, at Ashford, and says, "I'm sorry, dearie, but this one would make a good gift for Alex." And she
Can't please them yourself, can you?
jumped out the window. Touche, sir. Touche.
oh my gosh.
And she jumps out the window.
Alright, I run to the window and try to keep an eye on where she goes through the darkness.
Alright. So they both land outside on the ground. You run to the window and are looking out at them. And then
Well,
it
they're
is-
not flying away, they're just on the ground.
well,
Am I muted now?
No, you're here.
technically she
All right,
can't fly. Technically she can't fly.
Can she leap tall buildings in a single bound?
Maybe. It is now Fargrim's turn, and we go to this one. Boom. Even though it's daylight, it's not daylight.
Yeah, I get that. Melody! Wait. Melody! No! Oh my god, my accent's really bad today.
Wait. I imagine Fargrim like sitting there. Melody, wait. Melody, wait, no, Melody. How do I? No.
Let's just go ahead and I don't know. Let's hit her with the Phantasmal Chasm, and I'll just soak any damage that would go to Melody.
Okay. That is going to hit.
So 26, and then we'll roll for Melody,
Yep.
and 25, so it'll hit
That's
Melody.
definitely going to hit Melody.
Melody's
So,
a and she dies.
well, actually, Melody's not going to take any of it. I'm going to soak it all.
Yeah,
that's
he
right.
got the ability to do that.
Yeah.
So I take 11, and the vampire lady takes 11, and she
Okay.
should immediately fall prone.
Okay. So when she lands out there, she lands on her feet very well, but then falls prone. She is holding Melody. I don't know if Melody would fall prone or not.
As she would drop her on the ground, so she'd probably be prone.
Yeah. So Melody also falls prone next to her. All right. Next person's turn is Bairn.
How far is the jump down?
We'll let's say you're on the second story. A second story building is what normally.
So he's
second
probably
story
jumping
windows
at
normally
least.
about 12 feet.
Well, that would be like the base of the second story, so probably 14-ish.
Okay, we'll say 15 feet. Make it a nice 5-foot increment drop for each one.
Well,
It's easier to do math.
James,
Fair.
I've never been in bed with you like this before.
I know, right? This is super comfortable. I was just there like, nope, I'm gonna put my feet up. Let's see here. Yeah, if it's only a 15-foot drop, I'm gonna move up to the window besides Ashfjord. How far away is she from that upper window? You think?
She fell down right next to it and didn't get to move away from there.
Oh, so she's right below it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna do twin strike on the way down and throw my axes at her.
Oh God! All right, go ahead and do that.
Oh, and the hunter's mark. The thing is that I'm gonna land and take damage and fall prone. But you know, this is how this story works sometimes. It says rolling the dice. 27 and 23.
We'll say Melody fell here just to make it easier.
It's what, a -2 against a prone target with ranged?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
21 and 25.
I'll try to look up the rules while you all.
so 25 and 21 against
Hang on,
AC.
I've got my folder here.
You're gonna hit with both of those.
All right. Well, then.
Oh wait, nope, it's night. You're not gonna hit with the second one.
What?
You're not gonna hit with the second one. I gave
She's
them
got
some,
more power at night. They're
I gave them
vampires.
some bonuses for
All right.
night.
Well, 17. I hit the ground and fall prone because I don't have acrobatics. To
1d10 damage per 10 feet fallen.
Yep. So I take a D10 damage.
An acrobatic check would reduce damage by half the result.
But you have to be trained in it. Is the trick.
True.
So I take 3.
All right, so you fell, took 3 damage. You can, since you are a dwarf, immediately make a roll to try and not fall prone.
Oh, hey, that's true.
No,
Yeah, it's a she has a +2 AC against ranged since she's a prone.
for all the flying through the air you have, not being trained in acrobatics blows my mind.
Agreed.
Nope, I fall down.
Nope, you fall prone. Boom. All right.
You can jump with athletics. That's why I don't have acrobatics.
So,
Sound.
What he's saying is he jumps really far and hard, but it looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, no. I mean,
There are no flips or anything. It's just a dwarven
he's not a
torpedo.
dexterity fighter. He's a strength. Okay.
all right. She's gonna use her move action to stand, and her standard action to grab Melody and pick her back up and hold on to her. And that is her actions. She does turn. She turns to Fargo and says, "Don't do that." I'm trying to do this in a woman's voice.
Don't do
Come on,
that,
buddy.
boy.
That's not a woman's voice. That's June. The jury's still out on what June is, in my opinion.
Awesome. Awesome. Is that what you mean? Is she awesome?
Do it again, dearie, and I'll rip her head off.
Does she seem wounded at all?
She definitely took damage.
So here's the question: do we go for it, or do we, you know?
Well, some other people have turns long before I do.
That's true.
Yeah, it's Ashfield's turn.
You guys,
boy.
you all have turns long before I do.
Yeah, you guys are
I'm
still
fucking
sound asleep.
asleep.
Ashfjord, you can jump out of this window and try to.
Acrobatics stun out the window. 26.
Oh, damn. All
So
right,
his
so
damage
he does
is
like a
reduced by
flip.
13.
Can
Well,
you?
does she have like all a weapon to like her neck or whatever, or is it just
No.
like her hand?
She doesn't have any weapons.
Can I possibly get control of Melody?
You can do an opposed strength check to try and take control of the grapple, I guess.
I guess I'll try to do that. Just hope that she rolls low, because I'm sure she has super vampiric power.
It's night time.
Oh! Natural 20!
I like how we're just ruining
done.
Cameron's adventure.
I honestly have this planned out as well.
She fucking kills you.
Next question.
She kills Selmore in his sleep while he's upstairs.
So you definitely take control of the grapple. Now both of you have a hold of Melody, but you have now pulled Melody more into your arms, where you have more control over who's holding her.
Okay.
Coolio.
You have basically the top half. She's got like the legs, and Melody's like kicking at her and stuff.
So if they don't tear her in half, then on his next turn he can try to like move her to a different space.
Yes. All right, Fargrim, it's your turn.
I will hold my action to
Alright.
see what happens if she begins to take off or attack Melody or try to pull her in half or anything on her turn. Like if she even flinches that way, then I'm going to go ahead and hit her.
Okay. Baron.
I'm pretty sure this story ends only one way for me, and that's the usual way I do my magic. Let's just go ahead and do the full flurry of hate.
Well, on the ground. Just
Oh, I'll
swinging.
stand up first. How's that?
Okay.
Does that make you feel better?
Yeah, well, I was going to let you do it, but I was going to be like, I think you get minuses.
You
That
only
would
get a
give me
minus
an
2 penalty to
extra
attack
attack.
rolls.
That would give me an extra attack out of my bullshit.
All right.
All right, let's start this
Continue with the
off.
Bullshit.
Let's do the bullshit. Alright, Jaws of the Wolf first. 2 strikes. She's still my mark. Swing, swing. Awful. Terrible.
Miss.
Alright, they both do half damage.
Okay.
2d10 plus 7. So one does 13.
Ooh.
That was
And
actually
the other
really
one does 9. So 22 from that.
All right. So
Alright. I'll use Guidance of the Past as a free action before I act it to roll twice on my next attack. And we'll go
Alright.
ahead, we'll do Ruffling Sting. So another attack roll. Guidance of the Past means I get to roll twice. Awful, cannot roll anymore.
missed.
Isn't this a freaking pleasure? We'll go ahead and we'll action point and continue the magic. Wait, that attack roll is not right. Hold on.
I was gonna say I thought it was a 10.
It is a 10.
I was gonna say it still misses.
It is throwing a 7. Well, yeah.
I was gonna say
That's
it's
very-
still 17 and a 12.
I'll still twin strike. Let's see if we can get anything off of that. 25.
25 is gonna hit.
All right, I'll activate Elemental Legacy for this much. To re-roll it because it is an axe. All right, I do 9.
All right. Not as.
No,
Good
I
as
missed
usual.
a lot of attacks there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, she's definitely gonna get hurt a lot.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
All right. She's
Back to your
looking.
bedroom.
She looks a little worse for wear.
You guys have to learn to sleep in your own beds.
Is she bloodied?
She is not. Feel like someone's trying to talk that. Oh, well, that one. All right, so it is her turn. She is going to try and take control of the grapple again.
I'm gonna nuke her.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop a fireball so it only hits her. And like the corner of the building, but it shouldn't damage the building.
I only got 7.
Oh, natural
Oh.
1. So she would still take half. So
She takes 12.
and then I'm gonna action point,
Okay.
and then I'm going to what's my best option here? Probably a witch bolt. 1, 2. Let's witch bolt her.
All right, that hits.
24 reflex, so 10 more damage.
All right. She is now bloodied. All right. She does manage to take control of the grapple.
Mm-hmm.
So now Melody is more in her arms. And let's see here. That was her standard action to do that. So she is going to take a move action. She is going to move away. So you both will get attacks of opportunity on her.
Okay.
She does not get to do like an actual retreat type thing because she had to use her standard action to take control of the grapple. That
22.
that is.
I
going
wish
to
there
hit.
was a rule for ranged people getting attacks opportunity. Like if you were unengaged with anyone, like to be able to take one.
Oh, do I get an attack
Attack of opportunity. Yep.
19?
Nope.
Can't roll.
All right, and then she is going
You
to
can't.
move away. She is going to move away at what is her movement? I need to check that again. All right, so she moves away. She is 7 squares away from you.
7 squares.
Yep.
Okay. So, basically,
I can't actually do the movement thing because you're
yeah,
off the screen, but
right. So, I'm basically going to move and then use my daily that can be activated as part of a charge.
okay.
I'm just going to try to take her down.
Okay.
Let's see. So it will not be combat advantage though, because there is unfortunately Melody in the way. So,
Yep.
all right. So this it will just be a -2 on this attack. A 24.
All right, you hit.
Okay, and then I can shift after I charge. So I'm actually going to shift to be on the other side of
On
her.
the other side in front of her.
Right. And so
All
there-
right. That was a good hit too.
And then actually I can action point.
Yes, you could.
So I guess I'll try to do that as well. So she's going. I'm going to let her do an attack of opportunity against me. If she
Okay.
wants to take it.
She's going to take the attack of opportunity. She's going to be at a minus because she's got Melody in one arm.
Sorry. Hey, listen.
I rolled the wrong thing for that. She's going.
All right. So can you activate immediate responses off of like any trigger that would make that happen?
What do you mean? Like, what's
Okay.
the trigger?
So the trigger is an enemy attacks you.
I would guess
An
so.
opportunity
Yeah.
attack does count. Any attack counts.
So I can also additionally do a flashy repose on top of this.
Correct.
Oh my goodness, hi.
Okay. She attacks you. She does a 22 hit you?
Yes, it will.
Okay. So then she's going to do damage. Just an attack of opportunity. She can't actually use any of her abilities, so she just does 7 damage.
Okay. So, she did hit me, so I can't target her reflex, but it'll still be a 22 with a minus modifier, or negative modifier, from not being combat advantage.
Okay.
So
You're
there's
going
a
to
22
hit.
to hit her, and then another 21 damage. And then I think a 19 will miss.
A 19 will miss.
Okay, so yeah. Wasn't able to do the amazing combo, but yeah.
She looks. Her clothing is very tattered. She's got a good bit of blood on her.
Alright, and that will be my turn.
All right. So Baron, they're 7 squares away from you.
Charge.
Oh no, it's actually Fargrim's turn. Sorry.
Oh,
Fargrim, charge.
They're how many squares from me?
From you, 2, 3, 4.
it'd be 11.
Yeah, it'd be 11.
Because
squares.
Baron is at the same spot that I was. Then
Hmm. Are both of my comrades on top of her, or just one?
Yeah, just-
Melody and Ashfjord are.
Well, why not? I'm stupid. I'm gonna get in front of Bairn and aim towards that little group of darlings and hit him with these sweet razors. So that's versus her, the
Okay.
vampire.
That's gonna hit her.
That's Melody.
Okay, that's gonna hit her.
And that's Corey.
That's probably gonna hit him if it's against
yeah,
his
it's
will.
gonna hit me.
Yep. So I'm gonna soak 28 damage and do 14 to the vampire.
All right.
So I am now at 39 out of 42.
All right. With that, she ends up dropping. Melody falls to her knees and then falls forward.
I smashed her head in with the hammer.
Welcome to my best friend Wooden Steak. Hello, Wooden Steak. Meet
Hello,
enemy.
Steak. Baron just comes running in and just stabs her with this wooden stake.
I do the flying full Nelson, like the elbow down, like stake in the back. Yeah.
All right, so her skull's been crushed. You have staked her. Not to mention that she was dead already, but good job, guys.
Undead. I don't trust her just losing her head.
I'm going to do an Arcana check first to see if there's any bit of enchantment that would have given her life still around her. Then on all of her equipment.
Okay. There is no detect magic. It's just Arcana, isn't it?
Yep.
What if we
Alright.
cremate her corpse on top of this?
So there was a 13 on her and an 18 on her gear, which is probably good enough.
Or we just wait to expose it to the sun.
13 on her. You don't see anything. 18 on her gear. You do pick up that there's some sort of magic coming from a ring that she's wearing. You also do pick up that that's really the only magical thing that she has on her.
Take the ring.
You can pick up that she is dead.
I'm gonna take the ring,
All right.
and then I'm gonna say, I say we burn her and not take any chances. We'll already have pissed off the other one. We don't want her coming back.
I wonder if he knows.
And
that
this
she
sounds
came
like a
here.
really serious, like, not the normal joking, telling stupid stories Fargrim. This is very serious Fargrim.
I wonder if he knows that she came here.
I can't imagine he doesn't.
Well, it sounded like she was trying to find a gift for him.
Yeah, but as much as he tried to find her, surely he keeps tabs on her. Let me sit down and look at this ring. And Fargrim will just plop down on the ground where he is and start trying to figure out whether the ring has any kind of a tracking enchantment or what it all has. But especially looking for a tracking. Only a 17.
With that, you really can't pick up much on it, but you definitely know that the enchantment that you can recognize is definitely some sort of enchantment that allows her to be in sunlight. Or would have allowed her to be in sunlight.
It's certainly something along the lines of what Heckard mentioned. Perhaps I can wake him and have him look at it. Melody, my dear, are you all right?
Just a little scared. Who was that woman?
A vampire. Terrible beast. I hadn't imagined we could kill one, especially at night. She's weaker than the other, though. Maybe it would be best for you to hide elsewhere for a bit, my dear, somewhere safe.
Oh, I'm so glad that you all came so quickly.
Would you,
I agree.
You, for a while, were staying at the Fae with me. Perhaps you can go back there, and the owner knows us. Tell her that, as a personal favor to me, if she will defend you, and I will return the favor as best I am able. Because she's a Fae, and she should be able to hide this bitch. Sorry.
I will pack my things and go immediately.
What makes her a bitch?
The vagina.
Her bad attitude.
Aw, that's not nice.
I'll actually
Dylan
walk her
is-
to the.
Her
back.
parents weren't married when she was born.
Alright, so anyways. You guys successfully did that and all. Are you guys just gonna go and burn the body tonight?
Torch
Yeah,
that bitch.
I'm
Alright.
going to walk Melody to the Fae with me while y'all burn it, okay?
Alright. So
I'll keep a
Baron
stoic watch on the end.
Baron takes Melody to the Fae with me.
Fargrim will do the burning while Ashfjord, makes laps around, and then when we're done burning her, I'm gonna go wake up Heckard Kane.
So you go and you burn her.
Burn her! She's a witch!
You burn her, go and wake up Heckard Kane. He wakes up and, "Aw, what brings you to my room so late at night?"
We were invaded, per se. The female vampire, she came and she tried to take Melody.
Oh,
We've killed her, and I fear that
Melody?
it is
No.
likely to bring her mate. And that we were able to defeat her, I fear he's much more powerful. I've brought you her ring. It seems to be as those you described, but I was hoping you might figure out if he could perhaps divine its location through an enchantment on it, or if there was anything else about it, or perhaps help me to destroy it.
of course. Yeah, let me look at it. And he takes it in his hand and, it is just like I had described to you.
And he goes, "It's what I always wanted! I'm a vampire!"
You know,
Puts it
he
on
may
and
actually be
leaves.
able to divine on it because it probably came from him originally.
Yes, I imagine that he would be able to scry upon it, just as I was able to scry upon the flute that he has. The enchantments on it, though, it would not be something easily destroyed.
Does it do anything besides allow their type to walk in the light?
Not. Let me roll an Arcana check for him. I assume that his Arcana would be ridiculous.
I mean, mine's a plus 11, and you see how well that went for me.
Ah, yes, this is what others may call a lover's ring. You would yourself have one and give the other to your lover, and you would be able to generally know their location and their well-being and such.
Oh, fuck.
Well, then,
Selmore is sleeping in ignorance. It's the best.
Heckard, I need you to go throughout the inn, wake everyone, and evacuate them to another location. When you come across the rest of our group, tell them of what has happened and that we must begin to fortify and prepare for an attack. I'm going to go cast this off the cliff as far as I can, unless you feel we can somehow use it against him.
I think we can bait him into a trap. Well, I'm not there, so I apologize.
Astrid, you're not there.
Right.
Bait him into a trap!
But I might run into you on the way outside.
Yeah, we'll just assume that you ran into him, but you're still running around. You're like poking at the corpse of fried remains.
Yeah, just let me know if Heckard thinks there's any way we can use it against the guy. Like make it back.
Heckard's not a strategy. He's not good at strategy.
He doesn't know.
Well, knowledgeable, so he has no ideas.
All right, perfect. Then let's go outside and meet up with Ashford.
All right.
Ashford, it will give her exact location and condition to him. It's tied to a ring that he likely has, and he will already know she's dead and at our inn.
I see.
The best I can think is if we throw it over the cliff, perhaps it will keep him occupied and we can get everyone out and perhaps ourselves. I certainly don't know that we could defeat him as we did her. She seemed much weaker.
Well, you said that I definitely recognize this as Elisa Betha, right? Cameron.
He muted and stepped away, but I
He did say
he
yes.
said it was
Okay.
Elizabetha. Yeah.
All right. So, considering that this guy has been waiting, I don't know how long it was, to pull that elaborate ploy to get Sunny to play the flute and everything else like that, in order to bring her back from, I can't remember, torpor. That's what I wanted to say. Bring her back from her torpor state. He's probably going to be the vengeful type, saying, like, I just got her. So you bastards took her away from me. I think if we took the ring and perhaps just went to a location where we would still have the advantage in the fight, or hell, just went further away so that it would be daytime by the time he reached us, I think would still be at least a decent shot as opposed to just throwing the ring over the cliff.
Have I been awoken yet, or am I still?
Heckard Kane is going around and he's slowly waking everybody up.
You're the last room he's going to get to.
Yeah,
No, that's fine. That's fine.
But
Hey, here's a question.
The better question is, would all these decisions be made prior to me waking, or would it?
Probably not completely, but they are going. I'm going to let them have their conversation.
Yeah,
first
no. It's up to
everybody else
them.
wakes
It's
up.
up to them.
Yeah.
You also have to remember that
question.
I have been drinking, so I'm not. I just woke up. It's not like I slept all night or anything. So.
No, yeah, you're still going to be. You're going to be cranky, actually, probably.
Yeah, cranky as fuck. By the way. Anyways, go on. Sorry, guys.
Okay. But
I'm
yeah,
always cranky, damn it.
So, I
So
definitely
here's my
see-
quick question.
All right, go ahead.
Do we know of any large churches, official, things that would be totally blessed in the city?
I am sure there's well, I guess since it's like a business type place, maybe wherever the hell that guy's name. I don't know. There's some good
Thornton?
deal that's all about
Right,
civilization.
you would think there would be something.
Yeah, I'm definitely sure that we could at least find something there.
Well,
But
let us. Surely we can hide there until dawn at least.
Mhm.
We'll take the ring. The Heckard's evacuating the inn. We'll gather the rest of our party and head immediately to the temple and at least wait it out till dawn.
No doubt if we move that way, he will intercept us.
Oh shit, Baron's back. Oh, where did you come from? Jesus.
He's really fast. He's able to get to the Fae
Wait,
with
no,
me and
excuse
get
me.
back.
Moradin's beard.
Here, I'll stay away. It's cool.
No, you're fine.
It's just if we
it's
go
not
that
like you could have unhitched a horse or something from a
there's
cart.
a good chance that he might, if he's
just-
coming from the city, there's an intercept. And he knows that we've killed him.
Don't see you
We
coming.
could always move in the other direction. We know exactly where he will cut up. Perhaps that's a fitting place to put him down.
But that's a 2 days journey from here.
If he's back in the city, he's a decent journey away.
Well, he's someplace up north, apparently.
Heckard felt that he was outside of the city. So he's either minutes away from us or...
It doesn't matter.
Anyone care if I come down the stairs now?
Yeah, we'll assume that Heckard Kane has woken everybody up. Thornton, you, everybody is now awake. So, quickly, that includes you too, Thornton, everyone. Here,
What?
I will.
I'm angry and cranky. Ah!
What the fuck? What?
All right.
What?
You two.
Killed Elizabetha, and Mephistus might be pretty pissed off about that.
I was asleep for
just to-
like an
just to
hour.
just to give you a really quick heads up. She did say that it was not Mephistus.
Oh, that's
she
right.
did
He
say
said
that
Alex, right?
Alex is his name.
Oh, shit.
So, you guys never talked to Jude, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
We did talk to June.
Not when you came back.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't. That's right. Mephistus was like this demon, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That was like, oh.
But there's some other details that you guys have never talked to June about, and there's some other stuff. But go on.
We can
It has been 2 weeks.
So
It has been.
she attacked us?
Yeah, she tried to pull Melody out of the window and take her somewhere.
Is she fine? I did.
Yeah, Melody's alright.
Oh.
Fargrim took a beating. Oddly, he did it to himself. Which is weird to say.
Not as true. I
And
guess.
Fargrim,
All right.
as you say that, Fargrim just kind of looks up, and you guys have, I assume the laugh is kind of in character, and Fargrim goes, "Since I harmed Selmore as badly as I did, I took penance and have found a way to take the damage for my allies when my spells go awry."
Does that mean you want to heal?
Well, I damn well wouldn't turn one down, you prat.
I walk over, or somewhere walks over to Fargrim, and he says, Fargrim, I have had a chip on my shoulder ever since that day. I'm sure you knew. I'm not good about hiding my emotions. I mean, what dwarf is? But I am man enough to be able to forgive someone, even though us dwarves hold grudges forever. And you know that just as much as I do. So I forgive you, and I go to shake your hand.
Yeah, he'll shake hands. Or fist bump or something. Yeah, shake hands, sure.
And he says, "All right. So let me get this. Just let me get this straight. Vampire chick came to get Melody. You guys killed Vampire chick. You said something about vampire dude being pissed, which makes sense. What's the plan?
Wait. Was she an attractive vampire?
Fuck you,
She
Saul.
was.
Why don't you ask her?
She was.
I think he
We'll
meant to
find
say
out
ask.
then.
Is he drunk too? Oh. So, what is our way forward?
We've been trying to figure that out.
I see people are leaving the inn. I'm assuming one of you told them that.
I've asked Heckard to evacuate the inn. I assume he'll come here as this is her last whereabouts.
It would.
I intended to throw the ring over the cliff to perhaps delay him in the ocean, but Ashford has suggested we use it to lure him. I was hoping we might take off for one of the temples in the city, but Baron raises the concern that perhaps he'll intercept us on the way there if we are to go that direction. I'm simply out of ideas. The way I survived in the Feywild is that one does not trifle with something of the magnitude at which we are facing. I have encountered gods. I have encountered great fey beings. I once had an ant nearly step on me, and the solution each time was to get as far from the situation as possible. And here we are, preparing to likely throw our lives away.
Well, I would say now that now is not a issue of throwing our lives away. I think now that we have struck this blow against this unholy creature, that he's coming for us whether or not we want him to or not. So now it's not throwing our lives away, it's survival. Not that we weren't going to go looking for him anyways for what he did to Sunny. But it seems that him and his whore woman decided to come after us.
We could still abandon the ring here and attempt to get out.
I say no. This is our home. This is our tavern. And I think, and I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I feel that if there were one last battle, then it would be fitting that it would be here.
Huzzah! I say we fight.
We were going to fight anyway. Here is as good a spot as any, I suppose.
I do have an idea, though. Fargrim, you mentioned something about going to a temple. Why, were you thinking, like, holy ground? Is that what you were thinking?
Yes, holy ground, blessed ground, and perhaps more priests or Templars that might be of some assistance. Heckard feels that Radiant, the blessed magic of those of the holy class, might do more than anything we might provide.
Well, lucky for us, we have our own priest. I look at Thordan, and I was like, Thordan, maybe you should make this a temple of Morden.
Wow.
What?
Can you
Morden
bless?
drank?
Can
Did
you
he not?
bless the entire? Can you bless the entire grounds?
I am an ordained priest, so
I actually have no idea if you have that ritual.
I don't. Who knows?
Perhaps Heckard could help you. He did tend the temple in the realm of ineptitude. Perhaps he has some experience of his own.
Whoa. I do not wish to make our inn a temple of ineptitude.
I agree with Fargrim. That's a terrible idea. We will definitely fail in our fight if we do that.
It would make him inept too, would it not?
It's true. It's true.
Anyway, it was just a thought.
I suppose I could talk to Heckert and see if there's something that can be done. I definitely could do some type of protection, but I just don't know how powerful it would be against a vampire.
At the very
Run,
least,
my friend. Run to Heckard.
Perhaps Heckard could use the ring to track. See if he has a ring as well. Perhaps they are bonded. Perhaps he could tell us how close or how far the other.
Perhaps there's one ring that rules them all.
I doubt
Well,
that. That's
well,
not
that's
how
true.
rings work.
Well, if the ring is
together.
if the ring is connected magically, as it is a lover's ring, from my understanding, then certainly he might be able to scry and get a exact location of where he is at.
Certainly,
But-
it's just,
To be
It's just a suggestion. It's whatever.
either way, I feel like we don't have much time. Because he knows. Well, did you guys explain the lover's ring to Selmore? I'm assuming you didn't. I'm just not going to say that then. What
If
is
you
this
asked,
lover's-
then I'll
yeah,
just say
what
I
is this
explain the
lover's
lover's
ring?
ring.
Explain it to me.
Okay. So basically, they both know the exact location where they're at, and they also know if they're alive. So he knows that she is dead, and she knows the location of the ring.
So he will be here soon. I mean, unless
If he is a vengeful type, then yes, he will come.
unless he's scared of us, which will work in our favor. But with our last encounter of him, I would assume he is not scared of us. What we need is more information about vampires. We don't know much. We know you beat them with a hammer in the face, maybe they die, or we fight them during the day. But in this situation, there's no way we're going to be able to fight him in the day because he will come on his own terms.
Cameron,
We know that night makes them stronger. We know that radiant damage is
Just say-
far more likely to penetrate their defenses.
And if they haven't fed in the wild, then they're a little bit weaker.
But
Which-
surely he's gorging in the city.
Yeah, we can
There's no
only
reason
count.
for him not to be.
We can only count on the holiness of the priests, or
Cameron.
our priests.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
All right.
Since I'm an ordained priest, would I and I wanted to make a roll, would it have to be for knowledge on vampires? Would I be able to use religion, history?
You could use both religion and history, because technically you could know you could know kind of the religion side of it, and you could also know from like historical texts that you might have read.
Maybe
Alright, can I
maybe
make a history
since
check,
he so you made a roll for him earlier. Maybe now that he has time to talk to Heckard, maybe he could get another
Yeah.
roll since he's actually here to
Yeah,
roll.
but I would want you to actually talk with him, but that'd be fine. We'll do that in a minute.
Okay.
Camera.
Is she going to film a porno with it?
no.
That's good.
Yeah, it's probably okay. Cameron, can I make a history check?
Yep, go ahead. I don't think you made one at all.
Nope. I'm going to go ahead and use Relic of the Past, so I get to roll twice. 1, 2. I only have a 17. Rolled an 8 and then a 7. How?
You can
Great.
use that for skill checks as well.
Yep, it's on skill checks too.
That's cool. All right, so you didn't roll any better than what Quigley did, so you basically have the same. Right now, you guys have the same amount of information that you had
Why
before.
did I fucking
So I rolled religion earlier. Can I roll history?
Go ahead. All right, 28.
Holy fuck!
What do you want to know?
Shit.
Well, so if this guy is if he can walk during the day, that would
That
No,
means
did
one
you-
of two things. He either has a ring. I know he has a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It also could mean that he is just strong enough to be able to walk during the day without a concern, because he's
That
at
old.
a certain point in a vampire's life, they've reached a point where they're old enough that they are not affected by the sun in the same way. They are still weakened. Even if they have the ring or if they're old enough or whatnot, they are still weakened in sunlight. However, they can still walk like a normal person would.
So, but my question is that my history of this area, would it suggest that there might have at one time been a weaker vampire, and I could tie this guy to Posh? Does that make sense?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out a way to get this into the story in a way. Okay. So, even though you are a dwarf or whatnot, you have dealt with people that have traveled into dwarven cities that were humans or whatnot, and they possibly were from Bizdale traders and things. You've heard stories of vampires, obviously all over the place. So it's kind of like a boogeyman tale. You've heard of the vampires in the night or whatnot. They normally keep to themselves, and they don't go out and publicize themselves by killing high priority targets. It's usually going to be a homeless person, someone that's not going to be missed if they go missing. That way they don't have to worry about people coming out and hunting them. In the past couple of years, you have heard more stories in Bizdale, since it is such a large bustling area of trade and people are coming and going. There are people that go missing from here from time to time, but it's usually just associated with the fact that that person may have moved on and went somewhere else. You can possibly assume that this guy has been around for at least a couple of years here. You don't know over the past couple of 100 years how long he may have been here, if this is the same guy, what exactly it could be. So you can assume that he is definitely old, because from your all's encounter with him, you did do a lot of damage to him, and he seemed fairly fine. You also can definitely tell that this woman was not nearly up to his par.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Okay. So being superstitious and naive in general, Selmore's gonna take a rag or something. Also, there's a huge echo. Okay, there we go. Selmore's gonna take a rag off of him or something, and whoever has the ring, he's gonna cover up the ring with the rag.
Okay.
Just thinking, hey, maybe it can be seen with whatever. In doing that, he's then going to say, so, if he's
Eckard
coming
Cain
here...
Eckard Cain comes out while you're doing that, by the way, and he says, are you planning on putting that on?
No,
why the fuck would we do that?
I kind of look and tilt my head a little bit.
Well, it is a lover's ring. The only way that it can actually be used, if you wish to make him know that ring is somewhere else, is to wear it. So at this point, he only knows of where it was taken off of her at, which would be here. If you do wish to lead him away, you would have to go somewhere else and be wearing the ring when you went somewhere else. However, he would know who is wearing the ring when they put it on.
So when we lure him here, we should put the ring on.
Well,
do we want to lure him here if we have that option then?
You'll be coming here no matter what, I would assume, since this is the last place that he knows of the ring being. But if you wish to lure him somewhere else, you would have to wear the ring and be in that location.
The question is, where would we lure him that he would actually come? Like, if we went to a temple that he knows is a temple, he's not going to come in there, right?
That kind of brings up what Baron said, because it was a temple in the past, wasn't it? And then made into a prison?
It. So, just make me like a general knowledge check. Actually, Thornton, you'd probably want to make a knowledge religion check. Anybody can make knowledge religion checks here.
Here's knowledge history. Here's knowledge religion.
This is just gonna be knowledge religion. There's no history
Religion's
involved.
bad.
20.
20. All right. If a temple has been desecrated, like that one was, any sort of